To an extent, yes, you can have more money without more problems. We actually do a lot of studies on the effect money has on happiness because we're poor and sad. But the results of these studies are actually interesting. Up to about $75,000 a year, your problems decrease and your happiness increases as you get more money. So up until around there, you get more money, you get fewer problems. Then, up until $125,000 a year, your happiness still increases, but your problems increase as well. That's because having that amount of money gives you more responsibility. More money, more problems, but more happiness, so that's okay. Then, up until $200,000 a year, your happiness basically plateaus, but your problems increase. This is where people start to show signs of monetary addiction. Basically, the standard problems of someone who makes a reasonable average living wage no longer applies to someone who's making $200,000 a year. So they end up spending their money on much bigger things like real estate or business opportunities, and that creates huge anxiety for them. More money, equal happiness, many more problems. And then above $200,000 a year, happiness actually starts to drop. Hollowness starts to set in, and people start showing deep signs of mental addiction to the number that shows in their bank account. Of course, this doesn't apply for everyone. This is just a trend we see among the population of people who have been able to make that much money. At this point, the curve of your problems kind of skyrockets, because the things that you're willing to do to keep seeing that money increase become more and more complex and more dubious. And that's also the point where you make enough money that you are probably some sort of public figure, and that brings with it its own problems. So studies show that basically the sweet spot of money and problems is somewhere between $75,000 a year to $125,000 a year. That's when money will keep bringing you happiness and the problems are handleable. And anything after that, it's more money, more problems.